Disclaimer. The following video may not be for you if you are not accustomed to nuance. I'm a grown woman with a different perspective than most bloggers who are talking about this story.
Hello, and welcome to Story Time with a Grown Woman. Swag and the W is silent. Thank you in advance from the intro. You know we're going to get right into this story. So, if you don't know, rapper Cameron and Mace, they have a show here on YouTube called It Is What It Is. They do sports analysis, and sometimes they talk about their past stories. Also, Joe Budden, he has a podcast as well. And he has Melyssa Ford and a few other people on his show. And honestly, I don't like how they've included Melyssa Ford. It's like she's bringing out the softy in a lot of them. But maybe they was already there. I don't know. But anyway, so rapper Cameron and Mace have their show. Joe Budden, he has his show with a small panel. And here recently, Melyssa Ford said put some stuff in the air that could potentially harm Cameron and Mace. And I want to talk about it. And I'm really agitated at what Melyssa did. I think I know why she did it, but we're going to hold all of that for the end. Let's watch the first clip where it all started from or stemmed from. Cameron, Mace, they're on the show. It is what it is, and they're talking about a time they were at a whorehouse. So if you're sensitive to sexual talk, you might as well just click to the next video, either mine or somebody else's. But anyway, let's listen to this clip, and then we're going to come back and talk about how foul Melyssa was and Joe Budden. But we'll come back.
We brought this over there. So Mace was kind of on the way up. He didn't have his deal, but he's popping like it's about to happen. Yeah. And I'm his man, because, we still Harlem. So the suck, pardon me, lady, we already talking bitch without, she's sucking his dick. So I gotta wait for a second to get my dick sucked. So when he started hitting it, I go get head. Yeah. And so she giving me head, he hitting it from the back. And he started hitting her saying, you wasn't sucking my.
So guys, to me, the story, it was hilarious, but considering how sensitive things are, considering the times that we're living in, I think they should have kept that story as locker room talk. You can't talk like that anymore. I mean, you can't even say what you would do to a woman in a jokingly way anymore. So I feel like they should have kept that story. Being from a similar environment, I get what they're saying. I understand what they're saying. But with the times that we're living in, they should have kept that as locker room talk. Yeah. Mace is a pastor, I believe, or he's some high official in the church or doing something in the church. So really his connection to Cameron can kind of get him in trouble. But yeah, I would have left that. But let's talk about what Melyssa said and why Cameron was like, F you in your apology.
That is not exactly the way that I remember that story happening.
I don't think that's right what you're doing. I don't think that's right.
Well, who's doing?
What's you doing? I don't think that's right. Like, them niggas clearly went to a whorehouse and took somebody up out of there.
Says them. And
that's who told the story. But that's who told the story.
I get that.
So of course it says them. Who else
is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in that whorehouse?
Crazy. I don't know what you're doing.
That's crazy.
It's disgusting what you're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Considering the Adult Survivors Act, although it is, the effect is out, people can't make claims against that anymore. But that comment that Melyssa made can bring other people out to bring lawsuits toward or against Mace and Cameron. And again, with Melyssa being a video hoe, that's what we used to call them. People want to soften it up now and call her a video vixen. But no, she was a video hoe. That's what we used to say. And considering her being in that environment, she knew better. Melyssa knew better than to mention that story, especially saying that's not what I remember them saying. Yeah, you know a story. Melyssa should have STFU because it's just too much going on. So yeah, so she released that apology, and Cameron was like, F you and your apology. Yeah, I don't even want it. Let's move on. We're gonna move on to business. I'll talk about it if I need to. And I guess, you know, his reps or just people behind the scenes probably said, Cameron, y'all need to get a grip on this. You need to talk about this and don't just let it go, because it seems like Cameron is the type of person who was like, man, F that B. But what Melyssa did was bad. It was it can be real damaging. And I just don't understand why she would do that unless she was being catty about something. And that's what I think, she was being catty. I think she did that on purpose because Cameron posted the picture with her, so we know he probably F'd her because she was a video hoe. All of them used to go through them video hoes. That's what her job was, to F dudes and be a hoe and be in videos. That was her job. And I gotta say allegedly, but we know what the heck she used to do. And Joe Budden, you know, attempted to fix it, but I feel like if he really wanted to fix it, he would have edited. Because that part that she said was not, well, I guess it would be something to get a lot of traction on his video. But with the bro code and with knowing how society is now and all of these lawsuits and things and these people coming forth, I feel like Joe Budden should have edited that part out, because it's not like they were live. You can edit out anything you want. What Melyssa said would not, just taking that part out about underage girls, and that's not the story I remember. Taking those couple of words out would not have affected his podcast. But what it is, Joe trying to make money. He's trying to get the traction on that particular video. And I hope it was worth it, because he knows he was in that industry too. At the end of the day, and you never know who's gonna come back for you. You will see what Mace and Cameron addressed Melyssa's response, and you're gonna see a part in it that I wish they would have left out as well. But we're gonna come back and talk about it.
We're not into anything illegal, so you can stop trying to put that together. Let me put you together right quick. Don't ever come for me and kill her. Ever in your mother's life.
Listen, man, we ain't gonna give it no attention, but tread lightly. Be careful. Because I'll tell you one thing, I know a lot of people are
snipers and sharpshooters.
So yeah, you know, they're like, hey, we're not into anything illegal over here. But we know this person, we know that person, we can take it. Why would you say that? Like, why? I don't know. Again, I don't know why Melyssa said what she said. I feel like she was being vengeful. And this is why you don't let certain people be around your conversations. But of course, she was doing what everybody else was doing. So they didn't think that, you know, she would, years later, after she's a washed up video hoe, she would say what she said. But once you put something out there about somebody, you can't take it back. We're living in a social media world, and everything travels instantly. So yeah, that was effed up what Melyssa did. silly for what Mason Cameron said. And Joe Budden, he's a slime. It's like he's just like what people used to say on the reality show he was on. His life in the entertainment industry, nobody trusts Joe Budden. And I wasn't a fan of him either, but I enjoy his podcast. I wasn't a fan of him or his music. I'm conflicted because it's like he wanted Cameron to know that he checked Melyssa, but then he left that part in that she said it can be damaging to Cameron and Mace. Let's talk about it. Do you think Melyssa was okay for what she said? Do you think Cameron should have accepted her apology? Let's talk about it, guys. And as always, thanks so much for listening. If you haven't, please make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification so you'll know when I upload a video. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.